Welcome to Module 1 of our leadership series, Foundations of People and Culture. In this first lesson, we're going to unpack exactly what people and culture means in today's business landscape and why it has become the driving force behind the world's most successful organizations. For decades, the standard was human resources. Today, we are witnessing a fundamental paradigm shift. We are moving beyond the traditional constraints of human resources into a much more modern, holistic philosophy. Let's look at the evolution. Traditional HR historically focuses heavily on administration, compliance, and managing employees purely as resources to mitigate risk. People and culture, however, represents a proactive approach. It shifts the dynamic from managing liabilities to empowering human potential, optimizing the entire employee experience. The core difference lies in the ultimate objective. While traditional HR centers around transactional support and enforcing policy, the people and culture function operates as a strategic business partner. Its goal is to drive engagement, foster continuous development, and align personal growth with the company's mission. We can break this modern approach down to three fundamental pillars. First, well-being, prioritizing the mental and physical health required for employees to thrive. Second, engagement, creating an elusive environment where people feel genuinely valued and connected to their work. And third, development, providing the continuous learning frameworks necessary to upskill our workforce and build future leaders. At its core, culture is the DNA of an organization. It defines how we interact and make decisions. The people and culture function ensures that a company's stated values on its website are actually reflected in the daily behaviors and actions of its teams. And this is not just about morale, it's about the bottom line. Investing in our culture has measurable business impact. Studies consistently show that highly engaged employees in a supportive culture lead to significantly higher retention rates, often increasing by 40% or more. This drastically reduces turnover costs and gives organizations a massive competitive advantage. So, what does this look like in practice? Key responsibilities of people and culture teams include strategic talent acquisition, championing diversity, equity, and inclusion, managing holistic well-being programs, and utilizing workforce analytics to make data-driven decisions about employee sentiment. Ultimately, people and culture is about curating the entire employee journey, from the very first interview to the final exit survey. The goal is to map and optimize every single touch point, ensuring that every interaction actively reinforces the organization's core values. Building this strong foundation requires three critical steps. 1. clearly define your organization's values. 2. Leadership must rigorously model those behaviors every day. And 3. You must empower your people. Give them strong voice in shaping the culture and autonomy to execute their roles. To summarize this philosophy, employees are not just resources to be managed. They are individuals who are absolutely central to organizational success. This concludes our introduction to what people and culture truly represents. There are questions on these foundational concepts. Up next, we will dive into Lesson 2, Structuring the People and Culture Function. Welcome back. In this second lesson, we're diving into how people and culture shows up in practice, turning philosophy into action through the way the function is structured and how it operates every day. People and culture influences every stage of the employee cycle, from attracting the right talent to hiring, onboarding, growth, retention, and eventually exit. Every stage should be intentionally designed to create a meaningful employee experience. Great people and culture teams hire for more than just experience. They look for skills, mindset, and alignment with the organization's values. The goal is not just to fill roles, it is to bring in people who will thrive and contribute to the culture. Onboarding is one of the most important early experiences in the employee journey. The first 90 days should build clarity, connection, and confidence, helping new employees understand expectations, form relationships, and win early. Performance management should not feel like a once-a-year event. In a strong people cultural model, performance is an ongoing coaching conversation built on feedback, goal setting, recognition, and development. Learning and development are essential to keep people engaged and future ready. Through training, internal mobility, upskilling, and succession planning, people and culture help employees grow with the organization. Inclusion means creating equitable access, amplifying diverse voices, and ensuring psychological safety. Belonging is what happens when people feel seen, respected, and able to contribute fully. Supporting well-being means designing work that is sustainable. That includes manageable workloads, flexibility, support systems, and a culture that values long-term performance over burnout. People and culture must listen continuously. Surveys, one-on-ones, and focus groups all help capture employee feedback, but listening only matters when that feedback leads to action. Data gives people and culture the evidence it needs to make better decisions. By tracking engagement, retention, diversity, equity, and inclusion, and culture health, teams can understand what is working and where attention is needed. Managers are one of the strongest influences on culture. They model behaviors, reinforce values, and shape the day-to-day employee experience through the way they lead, communicate, and support their teams. Culture becomes especially important during change. Clear communication, transparency, and support helps teams adapt more confidently and keep trust strong during transitions. Some common mistakes can weaken even the best intentions. These include reactive HR thinking, inconsistent leadership, one-off initiatives, and failing to follow through on commitments to employees. To close, people and culture is strategic, human-centered, and measurable. It shapes the employee experience, support business goals, and help build organizations where people and performance grow together. Thank you for joining this lesson. We will next continue building on these foundations.